Hey everybody, today we're going to see if your hamstrings are tight and we're going to give them a little stretch. In case you don't know, these are your hamstrings in the back of the leg. You can stretch your hamstrings in a lot of different places. You can use a doorway or you can use a corner of the room. Right now, I'm going to use the corner of the room. So just lie down on your back. Start off with you're going to want to find a corner where you can have one leg straight and the other leg straight but pointed up the wall. And you'll notice that my toe is pointed and I am feeling just a little bit of a stretch in the back of the leg. It is a little bit tight today, so I am going to back off a little bit. I'm going to find just before I feel tension. So I actually don't want to feel tension during this first part of the stretch. And I'm actually just going to hold this for about 15 to 20 seconds. I'm going to really focus on letting my hips and my low back relax. Really think about letting my butt go right into the floor and make sure that my shoulders are relaxed. Just let all of that tension that's built up from standing, let that all relax. You'll notice as I'm lying here now that my leg is rolled out a little bit. I'm going to actually just straighten this. We don't want our leg to roll out, so I'm going to straighten it out like this. And I'm going to make sure that this bottom leg is straight and also isn't flaring out. And I'm just going to hold it like this. So it's been about 15 to 30 seconds. And I'm just going to try to go a little bit farther, a little bit closer to the wall. This is going to tighten the stretch a little bit. And I'm using the word tighten. It's actually just going to lengthen a little bit. And this feels fairly comfortable. I barely feel it lengthening at all. Things have calmed down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take 2 deep breaths. So I'm going to breathe in, fill up my tummy, and then out. And in again. And out. These deep breaths are going to help the abdomen and the muscles in the pelvis relax. What I want to do, what makes this stretch better than other stretches, is I'm really thinking about these muscles relaxing and all of these muscles in the abdomen and in the pelvis relaxing. Other hamstring stretches that we do, they have a tendency to put stress on other parts of the body, and also you're not quite isolating the hamstring muscle. With this, your low back and your upper body are completely stress-free, you're completely relaxed, and you're able to just breathe through the stretch and allow everything to let go. I'm just going to try to advance again. I'm going to inch forward. Good, and this is lengthening this muscle again. I can sense it lessening. I'm not lengthening. I do not want to feel it stretching or pulling. I just want to know, be aware that it is lengthening. I'm going to be aware if I'm trying to compensate by twisting my pelvis this way, which is very common. If I were to go, I could go a lot closer to the wall. I could lift my leg up much higher if I twist my pelvis, if I put stress on things. But what I want is an effortless movement all the way up. So I'm training these muscles with the breathing, with a little bit of relaxation. I'm training these muscles to just let go. So I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths now. Into the abdomen and out. So keep doing that. If you don't know how to breathe into your abdomen, or if you're not sure you're doing it right, go ahead and put your arms across your chest like this. When you take a deep breath into your abdomen, your arms should stay perfectly still. If you're breathing into your chest, your arms will go up. Okay, and that's a sign that there is something going on with your diaphragm. You want to be able to train your diaphragm. If you want to have stability in the pelvis and in these muscles in the lower body, you want to be able to train your diaphragm to have a fluid movement, going in and out so that you can do this diaphragm breathing. So I'm just going to relax here for 2 more breaths. You'll notice too that the toe is pointed. I could make this a lot more, I would feel a lot more of a stretch if I bring my toe back. And what bringing the toe back does is it actually pulls on the sciatic nerve, which is a nerve that goes down to the bottom of the foot, all the way up the back of the leg to your spine. And this is actually an orthopedic test called a straight leg raise, and they call this a Braggard's test, is when you pull the toes back. This actually puts stress on the sciatic nerve, and yes, you will feel more of a stretch. What we want to do though is isolate the hamstring muscle, and we do that by keeping the toe pointed. So you'll notice I'm doing like a ballet point, not straining it, pointing it as hard as I can, but I'm just relaxed in a gentle point. We're going to try to go forward again. Now, you're going to wonder, can you do this forever? And actually, you know, right now as I go, I went maybe just a little bit too far. I'm just going to inch backward. I do not want to feel a stretch in the back of the leg. I just want it to be, I want to feel it, know that it's lengthening, but I don't want to feel it pulling or stretching. And I'm just going to take a couple of deep breaths again. And exhale. Now oftentimes as you're doing this, if you go too far, you will feel the muscles suddenly want to grip. Ideally you're going to stop before that happens. Usually you're going to do this 3 or 4 times and then switch legs. But when you feel it grip, that means those muscles have had enough. And then it's time to stop and move on to the next leg. So we're actually going to switch places now, and we're going to switch to the left leg because I don't think I can do it in that spot. So we're going to move into a doorway. All right, so we moved over to one of the adjusting rooms, and we're just going to start with the left leg. And you know, you have to be creative. You're going to have to find a doorway or a corner where you're going to be able to do these stretches. But there are a number of stretches that are in my book called Time to Stretch. There are over 40 stretches. And about 5 or 6 of them, you'll need a spot like this if you don't have a partner. We're just going to do our left leg now. Go ahead and lie on your back. And then point the toe. I'm just going to move back just a little bit so I don't have so much tension. I'm going to relax. You're just going to take a deep breath into your tummy. And out. And in again. And out. So usually when you take a breath, it should take about 10 seconds. So if you do 3 or 4, that'll be 15 to 30 seconds. We're just going to inch a little bit closer to the wall, bring the foot a little bit higher. Remember to point the toe and keep this leg straight. And again, you're just letting everything relax. Keep your hips in even and in alignment. And then you're going to take a deep breath into your tummy. And exhale. When you exhale, just let it pull those abdominal muscles right back. And then in again. And out. You might notice some muscles, some parts of your body that are tense. You might notice that your foot is, your toes are curling, or you feel something, a shoulder that's lifting off the ground. What you can do while you're breathing is kind of start with your head and with your ears and with your face and just think of each part of your body and really focus on it and make sure that it's relaxed. Sometimes if you feel like something's tight, you can contract the muscle a little bit and then relax. That's something called a relaxation response. Creates a little bit of awareness so that your brain can let it go. But ultimately it's your mind that is holding everything tight. I'm going to try to advance just a little bit. And I think that's a little too far for me, so I'm going to go back. We're just going to hold it like this. When you're doing your breathing exercises, you can try counting. And there are 4 parts to every breath. First there's inhaling. So you could try counting to 6 as you inhale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you're inhaling, I can't count and inhale at the same time, but it would be like this. And then hold it for 6 or 12 seconds. I would do 12. And then exhale for 6 seconds. Then hold the exhale for 6 seconds. Then inhale again. So these stretches do take quite a while to do. The most important thing is that you choose the stretches that you need. The nice thing about this type of hamstring stretch is you can evaluate as you do it. You can see how close you can get to the wall. Ideally, you do want to be able to comfortably get up to 90 degrees so that your butt is right up against this and your leg is up there. And as you can see, I have a ways to go. There are 40 other stretches, over 40 other stretches. There are 5 or 6 just for the legs and the hips. The best thing to do is to see somebody like me who can evaluate you using these techniques from my book, and give you the stretches that are precisely perfect for you, so you don't waste your time stretching everything. Not that that would be a waste, but you can isolate very specific muscles and give it the extra time that they deserve. All right, and don't forget to check the links down below so you can see the links to my book. We have over 40 stretches, just like the ones that I do in my office, but redesigned so that you can do them in your house alone, so that you can evaluate and find what stretches that you need to safely lengthen the muscles in your body. Have an awesome day.